Hi there and happy Toot-A-Flute Tuesday. I'm Graham Lindsey and today's tune is number 52. It's called Toot-A-Flute. The project started last year in late November, and I decided that I would just go up. I'd climb Signal Hill. I was in St. John's, Newfoundland. I thought, I'm going to climb Signal Hill and play a tune up there. And it's one that I wrote called the warm-up session then. And from that, I played a tune the next week, and then people assumed that I would just keep playing tunes every week. And I thought, oh, I've done a thing. And so I did a thing. But on the upside, it's been a lot of fun. I've received a lot of messages and a lot of just a lot of feedback saying that people really are enjoying it. So stay tuned at the end of this video for a little bit of a teaser for what might be coming next. So the tune today is called Toot-A-Flute, and it's one that I wrote on Sunday afternoon of this week, and I hope you like it. Computer went to sleep, so I'm going to edit this out, or maybe not. Probably not. You know me. So thank you very much. This was the first tune that I'll be playing for you today. I'm going to play a few more just just to take a stroll down memory lane. I know the first tune that I played was the warm-up session, and I want to send this one out to Heather Patey and all my friends, Heather Patey and certainly Carol Bestvatter as well, who I was hanging around with when I was in Newfoundland last year at the very start of the project, and I stayed with Carol. I've stayed with Heather and her husband Bob in years past, and so here's to all my Newfoundland friends, but especially Carol, Heather, and Bob. It could be called a polka, but I like to think of it as a Newfoundland single. They're both written in the key measure of 2/4, so 1 2 1 2, and basically I wrote it right after a great session that Heather hosted at the Newfoundland Labrador Folk Festival just before it happened, and there were a whole bunch of young folk there, young and old really, but a whole bunch of players who just really enjoyed playing, and I thought that was the best possible way to have a session. Those are my favorites when we're allowed to have them. I'm also going to play a tune called Pass the Remote during the pandemic, and I think we may get a feeling for sort of the young and old thing in this one too. So the tune Pass the Remote was written for my friends Fern and Willow. And there are a few that I've written for them because we spent a lot of time together during the pandemic. I'm working on an album for them, and we've just been playing tunes. And I found that finding somebody to play tunes with is absolutely essential to smiling a lot. So this is called Pass the Remote, and again, the reason for this was I created a remote recording system that I took to their place and set up. Well, I didn't set it up. This is back in, I think, May, so we were all staying very, very distant, everybody, and then so I took a briefcase with a laptop and a whole bunch of audio stuff in it, placed it on their front step, stepped back. They took it in their house, sanitized their hands, set it up, and started recording. So I was sitting at this computer over here, and I was recording them remotely from about 40 minutes away. So we used screen sharing and all sorts of stuff, and it was pretty cool. And for my final tune, I think I'm sort of free form in this one. I think I'm gonna play for you "Cooks in the Kitchen" again. It's a tune that I first played on flute with a trio that I play with. It's my band from away, and I first played it on our way to Sweden. So I'm going to send this one out to first of all my band, Kristen and Kyle. Although the first person who was in the band who played this was Jesse. So this is Kristen, Kyle, Jesse, and of course Peter, who plays the accordion with the band. He wasn't on the first tour, but he's a great, fantastic member of the band. So to the band from away, this is for you guys, and also to my friends in Sweden. Hey. So perhaps I'll tell you a little bit more about what I've been thinking. I really want to reach out a little bit more to people who are perhaps going to be stuck inside for the next few months, next year. I'm not sure. I think what I'm going to be doing over the winter, fall, remainder of the fall, I'll say, and the winter months, is I'm going to be doing a weekly, if I can, concert. I'm fairly busy with a number of other projects happening on my computer over there, but I'm going to do my very best to reach out to people, make sure that that they feel like someone's actually reaching to them, and I'm going to do a series of concerts, weekly concerts, but they'll be house concerts essentially. They won't be necessarily streamed. I'm going to try to figure out what works best for people, and I'm not going to do this for I'm just gonna try to reach out to some people, and I think the first people I'm gonna be reaching out to are Eric and Margaret, and I'm looking forward to this. They don't actually know this yet. I haven't reached out to them, sort of on purpose, but they've been very supportive, and I asked them if I could use them as my guinea pigs, and the resounding yes came back. So here we go. This will start in a little while. I'm going to try to figure out the best way to do this, but I definitely want to make sure that it's sort of a live stream concert. I don't want it to be pre-recorded. I want this to be as off the cuff as possible, so that if we can do it via Zoom or something like that, I can reach out to people and there can be a conversation back and forth. So I'm hoping this all works. I'm hoping if anyone's interested, you can stop by my website, which is grahamlindsey.com/ let's call it /flute. You'll probably see it at the bottom here, and I'm obviously going to be setting up the link after I do this. So if you are interested in a concert for yourself, if you're interested in a concert for friends, especially people who I'd love to play for people I don't even know, and ideally if they could use a pick-me-up, I think I'll prioritize that over people who just want some tunes. That said, people who just want some tunes, please reach out, and we'll see what we can do. I'll see if I can pull some other friends in on this and make it a good time. So my plan and hope is that I can reach out, whether it's via Zoom or maybe a streaming concert somehow. However, via technology, I can make this work. Unless you're in the Ottawa area, in which case I can bring my Delrin plastic flute, and I might be able to toot a flute at a safe distance from you, depending on the weather. I mean, I've done crazier things, so perhaps reach out. So again, the website is grahamlindsey.com/flute, and if you want to either sign yourself up or sign a friend up, I'd love to play for you, whether I've met you before or if I haven't, and especially if somebody needs a pick me up. So please feel free to reach out. I'm going to try to build a schedule, and I'm going to limit it to one concert a week, just because I'm keeping fairly busy. But I'd love to play for you. So I'm going to close this one with a particular tune that if you sign up, you might be able to arrange a visit from Oliver. He's my cat. He's a lovely cat. He's not the jerk. The other one, the jerk, is Arnie, although he's not really a jerk. But anyway, so Ollie is a lovely cat, and I wrote this tune. Kristen from my band From Away was playing chords, and I started to work out a melody, and then I ran downstairs, and over the next week I sort of off and on came back to it, and I thought, well, okay, well, let's modify, and I came up with this tune, and then Kristen put great chords to it, but unfortunately, because she's not here, we're not going to hear the chords today. So hope you like this. This is Ollie's tune, and I'll send this one out to Oliver, who, well, I'm going to send it to anybody who has a cat. There we go. Don't forget, scratch cats a lot. Thanks so much. I think that was either a spider's web, or perhaps a spider itself, or one of Oliver's fingers. So I think that's probably quite fitting. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Again, grahamlindsey.com/flute if you want to request a concert for yourself or for a friend, and it's free. It's absolutely free. I'm not asking for anything for it, and I just want to make sure that that everyone feels like they've got somebody who can reach out to them this winter. And so there you go. Anyway, look forward to seeing you. Oh man, I can't see you next time. Well, I can see you next time, but I can't see you next Tuesday necessarily. Thank you so much for tuning in over the last year. This has been a total blast, and I really appreciate the support. Thank you so much. I will say, if you do want to buy any of my CDs or books, you can at tradhead.ca. That's TRADHEAD.ca. And I've got 2 albums out and 2 books. I am going to be putting together a book with all the 52 tunes that you've heard from the Toot-A-Flute Tuesday repertoire from the video series, but that's going to take some time because I am busier than I thought I would be at this time of year. Last year when I planned to do this. So stay tuned for that. And thank you so much. Talk soon. Bye for now.